I'm Bert, and this is my war story. Through my childhood, it was a little rocky. We pretty much moved around from house to house. My father was, what you'd call a con artist. My parents actually had divorced by the time I was about 13. So things started really kind of going wild then. I started changing the groups of friends I hung out with. I didn't really feel like I fit in with the other kids, so I started kind of going around some of the rougher groups, so to say. My senior year of high school, came home one day and there was a letter on the coffee table, and pretty much just told me my dad had took off. At this point, I had to spend the last few months of high school staying on people's couches, doing what I could. I'd been working since I was 16. Had a job at a Cadillac dealership here in town, Bud Davis Cadillac. At that point, that really wasn't taking care of the bills. I was living off ramen noodles every day, whatever it took. Growing up in some of these areas in Memphis, had friends that had connections in the dope business. Decided to throw in on, getting some weed, throw in with 4 other guys to get a pound and split it. It just kind of took off for me. I had already kind of had a little hustle in me growing up, selling candy at school, selling pecans in the neighborhood to the older folks, whatever I could think of to make a little money as a kid, I did. And so that took off for me. Eventually, everybody that was dealing with me, that I split stuff with, was having to go through me. I had pretty much anything I could have wanted at the age of 20, and could pretty much go do whatever I wanted. The adrenaline rush from selling dope it worked for a while. It worked for probably about 3 years. That rush really kind of fed my need. Eventually that wore out. I remember one day just kind of asking God to help me get out of this without, I was in it pretty deep, so I needed to get out of this without causing any type of problems for my family, anything like that. So at that point, God answered my prayers, but He maybe didn't answer it in the way I would have liked Him to. I actually got caught, got busted by the police, was able to just get probation and pay for a good lawyer and get everything situated. Eventually, that lifestyle caught up to me, where that rush wasn't there anymore from selling dope. The rush from making good money in the car business wasn't there. So of course, I had to numb my anger with getting into the pills that I was getting for other folks. I started taking them. Everything was taken from me. And I remember at one point I tried to go and do your Suboxone treatments. I tried to do methadone. I tried to take a 28-day program and think that might kill it. But my anxiety was so bad just at these times, just trying to cope with these situations that were still underlying in me. I remember just walking down the street some days and just, wishing, I would never have hurt myself, but just wishing, man, I wish the car would just jump over this curb and take me out, because life can't be like this. I actually started doubting things, started questioning my faith and why I was going through this. If there was such a great God, why I was dealing with all these things. I didn't feel it was fair. And finally, I decided to come to Warriors. I was like, man, I'm gonna, if I'm gonna do this, I want to have faith in there. I want to bring God back into the picture. God, just help me do whatever it takes to get my life back on track. At this point, I'm so unhealthy. I'm talking about I'm 235 pounds, just nothing, just no energy, smoking cigarettes, just nothing. I mean, I was just people probably thought I was about to have a heart attack. I looked so bad as far as health-wise. Within a few weeks, I was actually at Warriors. When I came in, I was still kind of battling with it, but within the first few weeks, I just told God, look, I'm giving this all to you. I'm gonna work this program. I'm gonna do whatever it takes. Whatever this program consists of is what I'm gonna do, because obviously you've put me here for that reason. Well, after about 6 months of being at Warriors, I really felt blessed by God, and just that, I owed it all to Him and just needed to pretty much declare my salvation and get baptized. So I, stepped up and decided that it was time for me to declare my belief and faith and just really and do this thing. And it was just, it was a blessing. I watched God pretty much transform me as far as health-wise. I quit smoking within the first month. I started doing whatever I had to do through Him, of course. Basically, watched God turn my heart around. My anger lifted off of me. I was able to let that go. My anxiety issues from that I felt, the pills and everything else were helping, left me. After the program was over, my life was fully transformed. Eventually, God blessed me with using my talents as far as being more of like an entrepreneur. I was able to start my own business, handling salons and barbershops and their shears and clippers, getting them sharpened. I've got a nice place to live. I feel so blessed these days. I have my family back. That's a major blessing. Just the real friends that kind of had to walk away from me, they're back. Things are just, I can't be happier. And my name's Bert, and this is my war story.